I love the Smiths.
Sorry?
I said I love the Smiths.
What is love?
Love. What is love? Is it the unpredictable excitement that sparks when you first encounter someone?
Or the rapturous feeling rushing to your veins when you see them, meet them, touch them? Is it the passion that pains you when you're apart, broke you when you're alone?
Is it a thing, a feel, merely a concept? It seems naive, yet complicated. It's personal, yet universal.
To some, it's everything for ages and ages, for centuries.
Ours to witness through one beautiful piece of writing we call poetry. It's in the Bible. It's in a school magazine.
Written by royals, composed by pop singers. Testament of the so-called affection and endearment.
Dated way, way back.
But we're going to start in the 17th century. In faith, I do not love thee with mine eyes, for they in thee 1,000 errors note. But this my heart that loves what they despise, who, in despite of you, is pleased to dote. Nor are mine ears with thy tongue's tune delighted, nor tender feeling to base touches prone, nor taste, nor smell, desire to be invited to any sensual feast with thee alone. But my 5 wits nor my 5 senses can dissuade one foolish heart from serving thee, who lives unswayed the likeness of a man, thy proud heart's slave and vessel wretch to be. Only my plague thus far I count my gain, that she that makes me sin awards me pain.
"154 Sonnets" written by William Shakespeare was published in a quarto in 1609 by Thomas Dorff. However, it was unclear when the poems were exactly written. This one is the 141st in the quarto and is a part of a sequence directed to a character known as the Dark Lady. A lot of poems written at that time express love for goddess-like, unattainable female love objects. Yet, this sequence expresses otherwise. It's seen as the most defiant, even as a response to other sonnets with an ideal female subject. Sonnet 141 is about desiring a woman despite of her look, voice, scent, and touch. It describes the feeling as something strong and inescapable. It even overthrows the things that usually infatuated mankind, as seen in phrases like heart slave and serving thee. It is written as something uncommon, unlikely to happen even. To have such feelings for such a woman, as can be seen in the word foolish. Not only the 5 senses that fail to stop the feeling, but also the 5 wits, referring to common sense, imagination, fantasy, instinct, and memory. This describes love or the desire as something powerful that makes one helplessly and indescribably immersed in it despite everything. I choose to learn more about this poem because I fell in love with the derivative version of the poem and the movie it was written for, which is 1999's 10 Things I Hate About You. The movie itself is loosely based on a play called Taming of the Shrews, also by Shakespeare. In the movie, the poem lists all things the narrator seems to hate about the person she addresses, and ends it with an admission that she, in truth, doesn't hate the addressee at all. This sonnet feels old and magical. It's also modern and dramatic, and I don't hate it at all.
Fast forward to the 19th century. The fountains mingle with the river, and the river with the ocean. The winds of heaven mix forever with a sweet emotion. Nothing in the world is single, all things by a law divine. In one another's been mingled, why not I with thine? See the mountains kiss the high heaven, and the waves clasp one another. No sister flower would be forgiven if it disdain its brother. And the sunlight claps the earth, and the moonbeams kiss the sea. What are all this kissing worth, if thou kiss not me?
Love's Philosophy. Composed in the year 1819, this magnificent poem was created by the renowned English romantic poet Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley is well known for many other poetic works, including Ozymandias, To a Skylar, and Ode to the West Wind, among others. In my honest opinion, I find Love's Philosophy to be a beautifully crafted poem that explores the idea of love in nature and the correlation of all things. Shelley's use of vivid imagery and metaphors creates a sense of harmony and longing, making it a compelling work. Love's Philosophy prompts reflection on the universal theme of love, suggesting that all things in nature are bound together by love. It encourages us to contemplate the correlation of the world and the idea that love is an inherent force in the universe.
Let's take a look at 20th century. I carry your heart with me, I carry it in, by E.E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me, I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are, my world, my true. And it's you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than a soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart, I carry it in my heart.
I Carry Your Heart With Me, I Carry It In is a heartfelt poem written by E.E. Cummings in 1952. Cummings is renowned for his literary works that carries the theme of love and nature. Without a doubt, this poem titled I Carry Your Heart With Me stands as a captivating and romantic piece of poetry. It is believed that Cummings dedicated this poem to his third wife, Marian Morehouse, as a beautiful expression of his love through the form of poetry. This poem beautifully portrays the deep connection between the poet and his lover. It depicts how the poet carries his lover's heart with him wherever he goes, emphasizing the profound love and devotion he feels towards her. Throughout the poem, the poet addresses his muse affectionately, using terms like my darling or my dear. He expresses not only his love for her, but also conveys the message that all the wonderful things in the world are meant solely for her and her only. I selected this particular poem because it showcases the unique writing style of E.E. Cummings. In 1952, he boldly broke the rules of traditional poetry. Cummings arranged his work in an individualistic manner, employing parentheses to provide elaboration within his statement. For instance, the opening line begins with the words, I fear, followed by a contradictory statement within parentheses, no fate, you are my fate, my sweet. This unexpected twist prompts readers to imagine the poet's initial fear, only to discover that he actually has nothing to fear at all. From the moment I first read this poem, I was captivated by its enchanting beauty and unique style.
And nowadays, in 21st century, I didn't fall in love. I fell through it. Came out the other side moments later, hands full of matter, waking up from the dream of a bullet tearing through the middle of my body. I no longer understand anything for longer than a long moment, or the time it takes to receive the shot. This kind of gravity is like falling through a cloud, forgetting it all, and then being told about it later. On the day you fell through a cloud, it must be true. If it were not, then when did these strands of silver nothing attach to my hair? The problem is finding that you were real and not just a dream of clouds. If you weren't real, I would address this letter to one of two entities: myself or everyone else. The act of falling happens in time. That is, it takes long enough for the falling to share away from the moments before and the moments after. Long enough for one to have thought, I am falling. I have been falling. I continue to fall. Falling through a ring, in this case, would not mean falling through a center of the annulus, a planet floats there. Falling through the ring means falling through the space between the object that together make the ring. On the way through, clasp your fist around the universe. Nothing but ice gravel. But open your hands when you reach the other side, quickly, before it melts. What did I leave you?
Love Letter Clouds was written by Sarah Manguso in 2006. She is known as book and poetry writer whose works have been featured in several volumes of the past American poetry. Love Letter Clouds, one of her Sister Fire poetry collection, expresses the feeling of ending a relationship with the metaphor of falling through a cloud. Being at the end of relationship feels like you are in a dream or cloud and suddenly shift back to the reality. Metaphysical imagery is used throughout the poem, which creates a sense of greatness around love. However, being in love is blinding. Waking up to realize how much a person can be changed after the whole relationship they spend together and makes it seems like you're just wasting your time being in love. Now, all they left is just memories. In the light of my reading, I find it interesting on how Manguso conveys the strange shift in perspective of being in a relationship. The relationship itself is presented as a cloud. Yet, once she fell through, Manguso started to realize that everything has changed in her life since the relationship began. Within the poem, she arguably asking herself what she has left to them, suggesting that memory is all that is left from the relationship. Moreover, I love how she emphasizes the impact of remaining memories is like an ice gravel. It can melt and fade away. After all, once they begin to fade, what did I leave you means what remains of all that time.
Love. What is love?
It's one thing. It's a million other things. And yet, we are still in the beginning.
For to say romance is all there is to love means losing more meaning to life.
Hope to see you in another time with more poems, stories, and love.
Sincerely, us.